Lecture 7 Essential Functions Sum, Average, Mean, and Max. Functions in spreadsheets simplify data analysis by automating common calculations. Instead of manually adding figures or identifying the highest and lowest values, built-in functions like sum, average, mean, and max allow you to process data quickly and accurately. These tools are especially useful for financial analysis, performance reviews, and basic statistical tasks. Today, you will learn how to use essential spreadsheet functions to analyze data more efficiently and make your calculations faster, more accurate, and easier to manage. Objectives of this lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand how the sum, average, mean, and max functions work, apply these functions to real-world datasets, identify and troubleshoot common function errors. Understanding spreadsheet functions. A function is a predefined formula that performs calculations automatically. Functions start with an equal sign, followed by the function name and a set of parentheses. The parenthesis contains the range of cells that the function will calculate. Example: to sum, for example, we write a formula in here. If we have a data of 10 rows, then we'll just write an equal sign, write sum, parenthesis, and the range. For example, we have 10 rows, then we'll just press A1 colon and A10. So it will add 10 rows. If we have 10 numerical data in here, then the sum of 10 numbers will be performed. That we will be performing in this lecture. This formula adds 10 rows of numerical data that will be entered in the cell that will be performing in this lecture. Commonly used functions. Sum function, adding values. The sum functions add numbers in a selected range of cells. For that, let's assume we have a data of employees in here, and I just want these numbers to be added from D2 to D21. And it will be really difficult for me to add all this one by one, but to perform sum in this cell, for example, I just write a formula in here. I just go to this and I just want the answer to be in here, so I just click on this cell as sum, and we'll just go to this formula bar, write equal sign, write sum, parenthesis, and I just want these cells from D2 and colon, and I just want the last number will be D21, so I'll just write D21, and here you can see it has already selected all the numbers. We'll close the parenthesis and press enter. So this automatically sums all these numbers in this cell. So this is how you can perform sum or addition of multiple cells by just using one formula. This function is useful for calculating total sales, expenses, or scores. And here you can see it as a title of bonus. So I just will have to manage this by just using this formula. Average function, finding the mean. The average function calculates the mean or average of a group of numbers. For example, I just want to calculate the average of all these bonuses in this cell. Then I just need to perform the calculation by using this formula. We'll just select the text in here as I just write this as sum. It was the sum of all these cells, and I just want the average, and I will just write average. To perform average, we'll just click on the cell where we want the answer. We'll go to this formula bar, press equal sign, and write average, parenthesis, and I just want the average from D2 to D21. As it already selected, we'll close the parenthesis and press enter. So here you can see the average of all the bonuses from this point to this is $535.8, as this amount is in dollars. So this is how the sum and average can be calculated in Microsoft Excel. Min function, finding the smallest value. As we have multiple cells and it will be difficult for anyone to find the smallest number if we have thousands or even lakhs of data in a worksheet. For example, if we have an average of all the citizens in New York, then it will be really difficult for us to find the smallest or the youngest one. So for that, to find minimum value or the smallest value in a Microsoft Excel sheet, we just need to apply this formula, and we'll just write in here as min function. We'll click on the cell where we want the answer. We'll go to this formula bar and press equal sign as min, and we'll just start the parentheses, and we just want a minimum number from D2 colon to D21. So we want the minimum value or the smallest number from this selected column. So we'll just enter, and here you can see the smallest value is 20, which is found at number 8 row. So this is how we can just perform the min function in Microsoft Excel. The min function is commonly used to identify the lowest prices, shortest response time, or smallest financial figures. Max function, finding the largest value. The max function returns the highest value in a range of numbers. For example, we need to find the maximum number or maximum value in this column, and for that we will just name a cell as highest, or you can say max function. So we will click on the cell where we want the answer of the highest number and go to this formula bar, press equal, and you will just write max parenthesis start and where you want, and we'll just enter the range as D2 to D21. Close the parenthesis and press enter. Here you can see we have the highest or maximum value in this column is 1542, which is at the number 2 row. So this is how you can perform max function in Microsoft Excel. The max function is useful for determining peak sales, highest test scores, or top performing employees. Common errors and how to fix them. Hash value error happens when using text instead of numbers in a function. Solution: ensure the range contains only numeric values. Href error occurs when a reference cell is deleted. Solution: check for missing or deleted cells in the function's range. Incorrect range selection. Choosing extra or wrong cells may affect calculations. Solution: double check the cell range inside the parentheses.